Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bomber Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfella of Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, man. Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Leo Santa Cruz have a pay-per-view planned for May. May is going to be a huge month. Talk a little bit about the venue. But first, let's talk about Andrew Ruiz accusing Dillian Whyte of ducking him on Instagram. We back, Goodfella Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love, support. All right. Like I said before, this is a situation where Andrew Ruiz is really the duck. All right, but it's really not terrible for him. It's that Dillian Whyte tried to get Andrew Ruiz at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Had Andrew Ruiz been competitive versus AJ and barely just lost, and he was back in the gym and in shape, Dillian Whyte wouldn't be calling him out. This is trying to be a cherry pick for Dillian Whyte. All right, and Dillian Whyte is trying to get his name well known around the United States, and he wants to fight Andrew Ruiz too, because then he's going to be Wilder's mandatory in 2021, which I feel Wilder should get that fight out the way this year, but he got a trilogy signed up for Tyson Fury already. So this is what Andrew Ruiz had to say. He says that he posted this picture. He said, "You didn't want any smoke, so I moved on to the next opponent. Big announcement coming soon." So they could be announcing a new coach, a new fighting coach, or something else. But I tell you this, Andrew Ruiz was forced to fire his coach by Al Heyman. I got that confirmed. So do you think he really want to go into a fight with Dillian Whyte, not being in the gym training with a new coach? No, he gonna probably have a tune-up. He probably gonna try. They want a coach that's a disciplinarian who gonna make Andrew Ruiz do some stuff and make him, bite down and have good habits. But if your dad can't do that, and matter of fact, if you can't do that, and he left $100 million on the table, in my opinion, because if he beat Andrew Ruiz, AJ the second time and take it serious, that's around $20 million he done made. And then he can tune up, maybe in Mexico and LA, and then down the line he could have fought Wilder. Or he could have rematched AJ and made a ton of more money in Saudi Arabia or something like that. But he messed that up for himself. But Dillian Whyte was just trying to be a cherry-picking opportunist as well, too. Dillian Whyte love to fight dudes coming off losses, love to fight dudes when it's already shown how to beat them. And I'm not convinced he can beat Andrew Ruiz when they're at their best for best. That'll be his best opponent on his resume. But, yeah, Andrew Ruiz basically, you didn't want it. No, Andrew Ruiz priced himself out. That's what they've been doing, and I think they said it was a 7-figure offer for Eddie Hearn. I don't know if it would been that high. Maybe I misread, but he didn't want the fight because they trying to get his career together. They trying to get somebody to get his fat butt in the gym and work harder. But if you want to work harder to feed your family, remember this dude to spend his last money buying himself out of Top Rank, and then he revert back to being lazy, right after his biggest victory. So like I said before, it'll be a good fight between him and Dillian Whyte. I feel that he will beat Dillian Whyte if he had his best. But, after getting his money and the fame, I don't think Andrew Ruiz is going to be hungry no more. Whyte and Eddie Hearn knew Andrew Ruiz wasn't he wasn't in the camp training no more. Or he wasn't in the gym training no more. They know he out there, enjoying his money. They got people out here. They know it was a perfect time to get Andrew Ruiz, and Andrew Ruiz team doing what they supposed to do for Andrew Ruiz, and that's protect him. He might have went over there or went, somewhere in the United States and got the brakes and rolled his beat off him by Dillian Whyte because he just lazy, man. I supported Andrew Ruiz after his loss, but after all this come out, man, I don't really care to see him fight, man. Povetkin is going to be a good fight for Dillian Whyte. I don't know if they're going to do that in the U.S. or the U.K., but that's going to be a good fight. Povetkin still got some gas in the tank left, but I'm trying to wonder why Dillian Whyte ain't talking about fighting Michael Hunter, though. You know what I'm saying? That was a good fight. You can make an argument Povetkin won. You can make an argument Michael Hunter won. But why can't you trying to fight Michael Hunter? AJ dug Michael Hunter to fight Andy Ruiz. That's a fighter they said they had on their no-go list. A little nugget for thought I heard. This is just alleged what I heard. But, Dillian Whyte, Povetkin, that's a dangerous fight. Povetkin still can punch, but you don't never know when them old fighters going to break down. The same thing with Pacquiao. Errol Spence might be mad if Mikey fight Pacquiao and actually get past Vargas, and he end up beating Pacquiao and knocking him out when that could have been him. Because you never know when these old fighters time to go. You never know when a fighter's time to go. Your legs can go out. You can have a bad camp. you could just get old overnight. So Dillian Whyte probably gonna get the old overnight Alexander Povetkin. But if he don't, he get that Povetkin Michael Hunter guy, he might end up getting knocked out, in my humble opinion. So that's something to look at. But hey, let's talk about Tank and Leo Santa Cruz. From one Mexican American to another. They talking about May, the Staples Center. So May gonna have a lot of fights in there. You can have Canelo fighting in May. Also you can have Floyd coming back in May. That's been some rumors that Leo and Tank could be on the undercard, but them being fighting the Staples Center, I don't see Floyd, fighting outside Las Vegas. So, so they fighting in the Staples Center in May. You got Teofimo and Lomachenko posed to fight in May. Canelo fighting in May. Oscar Valdez and McGill Burchett May 9th. So May gonna be a real busy boxing month for sure. And there's probably some fights out there that's gonna be announced as well too. So a lot of people gonna support this fight because Leo is Mexican. He got a really good following out there in LA. That is a fact. Tank got a really good following that's gonna follow him. He may have the most biggest untapped fan base as far as the potential. And I think it's gonna be a better fight than people anticipate. I think Santa Cruz is better than I gave him credit for. I think he's gonna rise his level of opposition. If he make Tank come down, part of me believe it can go either way. If Tank gonna train hard, Tank's still out here enjoying his life, and people say, well, CJ, it's only, it's still some time left outside of until May. You still got about three months, but hey, even if you train for 12 weeks and maybe it's at the end of May, 15 weeks, the majority of Tank camp gonna be cutting weight. He don't learn his lesson. Santa Cruz gonna come in and he gonna be fresh, and if he can survive like Gamboa the first 5 or 6 rounds, he gonna take Tank to church, and it's gonna be up to Tank to dig deep and knock him out. Tank got to do a lot of body work this fight. Don't chase the head, and then chase the head. I thought he was better with Kevin Cunningham, not because Calvin Ford can't coach, no, because he get away out of his environment in Baltimore. These dudes training at home, that's an L waiting to happen. It's a lot of distractions. But I think it's an underrated fight. I do. Because how Tank looked versus Gamboa, had he went out there and destroyed Yurikas Gamboa, then my opinion probably gonna hell of a change. I'm like, oh, he gonna run through Leo. But Leo looked pretty good in his last fight versus Cherry. Showed a little bit more, he showed some adjustments moving up. He was sitting on his punches. He's putting some weight behind his punches more. So he doing what he need to do when you move up. You got to make adjustments. Either you got to, use more finesse moving up, get on your toes, boxing, use angles, use your speed to your advantage. That's one of the biggest things fighters say moving up is your speed to beat bigger guys. And that's what Pacquiao did over his career. Or you got the school of thought that Mayweather did when he moved up to 40. He became more flat-footed. He didn't fight with a rhythm. He was sitting there trying to punch through the target more and get respect. So Leo going with that. He longer than Tank. You know what I'm saying? He probably got better feet than Tank using his style. So you know what, low key, that's an underrated fight. I think it become, one of the more interesting fights in boxing. But I couldn't see myself paying for it though. Just knowing they both didn't want to fight Gary Russell. Floyd Mayweather called Gary Russell and said, "Stop picking on Tank." As a man, I couldn't pay for it. As a boxing man, it's too much integrity being ripped off of that one. But it's gonna be a huge fight in LA. Not sure who they gonna put on the undercard. I know Sean said he may come back in April, so maybe they don't put Sean and Lopez wherever Sean gonna fight on there. But I think it's gonna be a solid fight. You know what I'm saying? I think if they make Tank come all the way down, that's gonna. I think that opens the door for Leo. If it's at 35, take almost missed the weight originally, right? So if it's at 30, I think it's more of a 50-50 fight. I slightly favor Tank. But if it catch weight, I probably still feel the same way about the fight. If it's at 35 and Tank is serious, then I think it's going to be a blowout, a domination. But, hey, like I said before, it's a solid fight, but it's not pay-per-view worthy. This is a type of regular Fox fight that, gets you notoriety and builds you up a little bit. But, hey, what do I know? They got all the answers. All right, Sway, Floyd Mayweather, Al Heyman, they got all the answers. Hey, but let me know what you guys think about a May pay-per-view fight at the Staples Center versus Gervonta and Leo. Let me know what you guys think about Andrew Ruiz and Dillian Whyte. And Andy saying Dillian Whyte ducked him, but Dillian Whyte the one that initiated, and made a big offer. I just think Andy priced himself out because he wasn't ready. He hadn't been training, and Dillian Whyte was still going to take advantage of it. But hey, it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love, support, man. And don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellas Unboxing. Get 18% off the 100% all natural products. All that information is in the description. Don't forget to check my other channel out, Motor City Sports Talk. More sports, music, news around Detroit. And we on all social media, so you can email me, hit me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and email being the fastest way. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV. We gone.